Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
The Indiana Fever have to do something. You could not let her get hit like this.
No.
Because it's not just you're allowing people to think this is okay. It's you're allowing her to think that you don't have her back.
Yes.
Like whatever you think of her on a personal level, she is wherever you're going. If you're a member of that franchise, wherever you're going, it's where she's taking you.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. We have another edition. This will be the third edition of the Debate Club. You guys are going to sell a shoe to Mr. Bennett Doyle, our producer over here.
Oh, yeah.
I saw these.
Go.
I've seen these.
I saw these on social media, too.
It's the perfect house shoe.
I know, right?
Like, yeah, it's not even a house shoe. I bet you they're really comfortable. You know, you heard of unisex. This is unifoot.
Oh, my God.
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
LifeCare Ambulance is proud to be an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies and FedEx Forum. At LifeCare, they wear their hearts with pride. Their passion is their people. They want you to love what you do and where you do it. Their employee-driven culture encourages a healthy work-life balance and supportive work environment. They invest in your success and well-being so that you can provide the best care for the patients that they serve. Join the incredible team of EMTs and paramedics in Memphis, Nashville, and across the nation today. Learn more at lifecareamb.com.
Now for a limited time, the new $1.99 crispy tender wraps are here at Sonic. Who could deny a crispy chicken tender with bold flavors like hickory barbecue and cheesy Baja? And we can't forget the crisp lettuce and melty cheese to make the perfect bite. Wrap yourself up with some TLC, tender, love, and chicken for only $1.99. Sonic $1.99 crispy tender wraps. Tax not included, limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
What's her name? Susie, the one with the steamboat.
Susie had a steamboat. The steamboat had a bell. Ding, ding. The Susie went to heaven. The steamboat went to hello, operator. Please give me number 9. And if you disconnect me, I'll kick you from behind the refrigerator.
There was a piece of glass. Miss Susie sat upon it and broke her little.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
I think we have the college basketball title futures. UConn's number 1.
I really like Houston. I'd have them winning it all, but you can't be giving Drake jerseys. What is wrong with you?
Maybe the Drake curse is stronger in college basketball.
How long has he been riding with Kentucky?
He wore an Alabama jersey and Saban retired.
The Odds Couple with Rob Fisher, Lang Whitaker, John Roser, and CJ Hurt, live Thursdays at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Mike did his favorite black films of all time. Mike, where we at?
If there's one movie I know every single line to, it is Coming to America.
There we go.
It is Coming to America. It can come on any time of any day, and I'm going to stop and watch at least 20 minutes of it.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show, presented by Caesars Sportsbook on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
On GrindCityMedia.com, it's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It is the Friday, June 21st, 2024 edition of the show. Today on the show, well, we are now very close to the NBA draft. There has been some movement. There have been some trades. There have been some rumors. There have been some coaching hires. We'll get to all of that. We'll go through all the news and notes of the day. There's a Memphis Tigers basketball player that spoke out about the state of the program at the University of Memphis. We will get to that, and we'll get you ready for the weekend ahead. Gary Parrish on the Gary Parrish Show is going to be joining us in studio. It is a Friday. It is hot outside, but smile. Let's do it. Turn it up. I hope everybody's having a good day. All right, we got a ton of stuff to get to. Get you ready for the weekend. As I mentioned, Gary Parrish is going to join us in the studio. Before I get to anything, welcome John Roser to the show. John Roser, a.k.a. the Cologne Ranger, the Body Spray Bandit, Cinder Sack, Johnny Backpole, Johnny Bearcat, John Asparagus, Johnny Neckharp, John Lance. He's Yogi Roser.
What up? Hello,
John.
What
up? Devin Walker's here. He's the microphone mangler, Senor Quasadilla, Mr. Matt, Navojo. The reporter, the photographer is Sir Harris.
Greatest drink to ever touch this earth.
It's a great drink.
Tahiti treat. Shout out Jaylen Brown. Shout out Jason Tatum. We found out today that Jaylen Brown has now secured another MVP trophy. Shout out to him. Kissery, Gizzard Nick, whatever her name is.
That was a debacle.
She's been spotted on the float, so good for you, Jaylen.
Gary Parrish with the Gary Parrish Show, which you can listen to every morning at 10 o'clock. O-V-Ho! He's here. All right, so before I get into anything that we're going to get into today, I do have to ask you, yesterday, as we were closing out the program, you were going to be jumping in a vehicle and you were going to be heading out to an event. Devin.
Yeah.
And so what was yesterday on the summer event schedule for the home team?
So Gigi Jackson, our beloved Big Gigi Jackson, he's been making appearances at the Memphis Grizzlies Youth Camps. So yesterday was his second appearance. He stopped by, hung out with the kids, ref some games again, but at the end he had a surprise.
Oh.
So Gigi, we're gonna find out our boy Gigi is a talent scout.
So they are using him. There's always the young player on the team that you can call and they will do anything.
Yes, yeah.
We're still in that mode with Gigi Jackson.
Give it 2 years.
Yeah, I know.
You'll be like straight to voicemail. It's her again. Straight to voicemail.
You know who used to do these all the time? DB.
Oh, Dylan Brooks
he used to do them all, like even when he was like a vet, he would do them leading up to summer league because you get paid a little, nice little penny.
Yeah.
But you gotta pay for that wardrobe somehow. So he would do all these kind of events. But now our young guys, Gigi was there, referencing the kids. At the end of the camp, he said, "I got a surprise for y'all." He said, "I've been watching y'all this whole camp, and I want to give my MVPs a gift." He took his sunglasses off. One kid, You've been playing your butt off all day. It's not just about scoring. I see you working hard on the defensive end. I see you passing the ball. He takes his sunglasses off, gives his sunglasses off to this kid.
Did he really?
Yeah. He takes his shoes off now.
Were they free Grizzly sunglasses?
No, they were kind of swaggy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he took them all, gave them to the kid.
What a moment for that kid.
Yeah, the kid was like, oh, okay. He put his sunglasses on. The next one, he takes his shoes off.
No.
He's like, you've been working hard, not just trying to score the ball. pepping up your teammates, been doing a good job on the defensive end, takes his shoes off, gives the shoes to the kid.
Does he have a deal? Is it a Nike deal?
No, he's wearing Antas, the Kyries.
Really?
He's wearing the Anta Kyries yesterday.
I wonder if he's not the ones with like the headdress.
No,
not
the Pocahontas ones, bro.
Yeah.
He was not wearing them just, bro.
He was wearing the anti-vax.
Yeah. He's wearing a different colorway of the Kyries yesterday. He took them off.
Have you seen all those jokes? When he's coming out with the it's Anta, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I can't wait for the anti-vax to drop. I can't wait for the anti-Semites.
Yeah.
I'm like, of all the shoe deals you could have.
Yeah, the Anta's crazy.
Anta is hilarious.
So yeah, he took his Antas off yesterday, gave them to the kid, and the people are like, oh, what is he gonna do with a size 19 shoe, bro? They're from GG Jackson,
You
bro.
put them on a desk and you hope he becomes an all-star.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you have shoes from GG. So GG did that. He left.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And kids remember that stuff forever. I told the story the other day. Like, we just went to Dallas and we sat right by the Mets dugout. So my kids are like waving to Pete Alonso, and Lou Severino gave my little guy a ball, and they're having these little moments. I didn't get to do all that when I was a kid, but the Cardinals played here after they won the '85 World Series, pre-exhibition game in '86. Cardinals-Royals, like World Series rematch, Tim McCarver Stadium. Tito Landrum signed an autograph for me, and I will never forget that guy.
Oh, I have them too. I have another one that's like a weird one like that. My glove in high school was signed by Neftali Perez,
There you go, right.
the shortstop,
Neftali
shortstop for the Colorado Rockies. Like came by and like signed my glove, and people would be like, "Who is that?" I'd be like, "Neftali Perez." It's just a strange thing to have happen. But you and I have told the stories over the years. I will till my dying day. I hate to break it to you because, well, maybe you hate him too because he still gets paid $1 million a year until eternity. But Bobby Bonilla, when I was a little kid, my dad used to take me to games and get me there early so I could go down to the side. And I was like, Mr. Bonilla, can I have your autograph? And this dude looked straight at me and goes, "No!" I've hated him ever since. I will always
Do you know who did that to me?
Like, he didn't even just say it like, "No, I don't have time," or whatever.
He gave you
sternly.
I was like a 15-year-old or something.
Oh, damn.
Do you know who did this to me? Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway.
Damn.
Like you were Joe Cooper, bro.
Man, he treated me like I was Joe Cooper before Joe Cooper. You were the original Joe Cooper.
Penny didn't do that to me when I was like 7 years old, 6 years old. Audubon Cafe, right next to campus, not there anymore. Walked right up to Penny Hardaway. Said, "Can I have your autograph, sir?" And he wrote Anthony Hardaway down on that piece of paper.
Get this. We did you remember how, was it Tosh? Tosh used to do like the internet redemption thing, and it would be like these famous clips from whatever. We did one about 5 years ago. I made Roser do it with Vince Carter.
Vince Carter, yeah.
Because Roser went to a basketball camp when he was a kid.
Right.
And had a Vince Carter North Carolina jersey on.
And shorts. Had the shorts, had everything.
You had a full uniform on?
At a basketball
uniform.
camp,
That's
ran
crazy.
into the hallway, and it's him and Vince Carter.
Yeah.
And Vince Carter would not sign.
Right by me. Walked right by me.
Hey,
I mean, it's me and Vince Carter were the only one, and I was like, and he just kept walking. I
dude,
was like,
so when he signed with the Grizzlies, I brought him on the show and made Roser tell the story, and they took a picture together, and Vince signed something for him.
That's crazy. Dang, Roser.
Okay, so it's on my Instagram page, Jalen. I'm going to see.
We know you never post on Instagram. It should be hard to find.
Yeah.
You never post on IG.
Just scroll through all the dog pictures.
You ain't posted on IG for a long. When's the last time you posted on IG, bro?
Just scroll through all them stupid dog pictures.
Yeah.
When's the last time you...
The dog only gets posted on the story. Dog only gets posted on the stories.
My bad.
When's the last time you actually posted? June 10, 2022?
Yeah, an actual picture, 2022 probably.
Oh, you are insane. Why you find that, though?
But he's on Instagram every day.
Every day.
He just doesn't
He's
participate. No, he's the guy in the corner at the club. He's just watching everybody dance.
I saw you posted that. I'm like, bro, you ain't posted nothing. So the second event we went to yesterday, though, was a bowling event at Bolero in Bartlett. back out there.
Bolero?
Yeah, they changed the name from Andy B's to Bolero.
What happened to Andy?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Andy. He's gone now. Andy B's is now gone.
He lost his place?
It was a teammates event with the Grizz community. And there was also Gigi Jackson was also doing this event. And
it's so funny that anything Grizzlies related, you show up at Gigi's there.
There's a photo.
There it is.
There it is.
And there's the autograph I made him sign for.
Yeah, the autograph.
And like Vince is like the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, the redemption.
The redemption.
Saying no to
18
being a
years after
basket-
saying no to me at basketball camp, I finally got Vince Carter's autograph.
Yeah.
So
I will tell you, this is why when y'all hear me say Tim Duncan, top 5, not 5, Tim Duncan was at that basketball camp and could not have been nicer.
Oh, wow.
Could not have
So
been
that's
nicer.
why you vouch for him so much.
So I was
Love
at a
Tim
Memphis
Duncan.
football game. I'm in 15 or so. It was like Penny's rookie year. He had already become an NBA thing. And he's back and it was like, Penny's here. And he was signing autographs, whatever. And I was working at a concession stand, like our high school baseball team worked a concession stand or something. And it was like, we were watching him and he was like, he's leaving. He's walking out of the stadium. Let's go see if we can get him to sign this Memphis State Cup or something, whatever it was.
Right.
And he was maybe 10 feet in front of me. And I was like, Penny. And he turned around and I said, could you sign this? And he goes, man, I've been signing all night. And just kept walking.
Wow.
That's a real story.
That's tough.
No, I want to be fair.
That's tough.
He has signed he has been
Yeah.
awesome for a million different people, including my own kids.
Right.
My own kids have been like around Penny and he's been great with them and he's great. It was just, that was a moment, but like,
Oh no,
it hurt. It hurt.
He gave me $200 on a golf course one time. Shout out to Penny.
Yeah, he gets a lot
I caddied
of,
for him in a member guest tournament one time.
He gets
Shout out to you.
We were at the golf tournament.
Shout out to you, Penny.
We were at the golf tournament that one year, and we ran into him, and he was like in one of those golf simulators, like trying out clubs. And like there were a couple just drunk golf bros walking around. They're
I mean, we've been on the golf course with him. It's always like that.
I would not want
That's just his life. He has to understand that's his life. He does understand.
So can y'all guess the tag team partner for Gigi at this bowling event?
I'll say.
Go through the young guys. You know, you already said the young guys have to do this stuff.
Laravia.
No, Scottie Pippen
That's
Jr.
what I was going to say, Pippen.
Jake Laravia was in the building.
Yeah,
So
and
it was-
you told us the other one too.
It was only Jake. It was Gigi and Jake. The other two were not there. So it was Gigi and Jake hanging out, bowling, having a good time. Both of them are cool. That's the first time I've seen Jake since he left. He said he went to Hawaii for a little bit, and he's been here ever since. It's working out. So they had a good time though. Those community events are always cool because they interact with the kids.
What was that for? What was the bowling event?
It was for the mentors program. They have
it
like
was.
a event for like the mentors and mentees where they. If you're in the program, you get a chance to hang out with a couple players.
Yeah.
In the summertime. So
Gigi and Laravia showed up for that one.
Who do you think was the best bowler out of them two?
Laravia.
Yeah. Jake. I was trying to think about it for a second.
Tom,
Yeah. Actually, no. Wait. No, Gigi won. Hold on. Wait. Gigi had a better score. I got the score right here. Hold on. Because we asked Jake before. He's like, "What do you think you're gonna bowl?" And Jake was like, 300. Like, no, you're not, bro.
You're not gonna bowl 300.
But he can put some spin on the ball. Yeah. He was pretty good. So the final scores were, Gigi had a 95, and Jake
95.
Yeah, and his
that's terrible.
That's
it was horrible. His last.
That? That's Jake.
That's Gigi.
Oh.
And then the last couple frames, Jake picked it up. He ended up with a 120.
120.
My kids could beat that.
Yeah.
Dang, bro.
Why are they so bad at bowling?
Yeah.
I asked them, not me, bro.
That's pathetic.
Yeah.
What do you expect from these dudes? Are you a professional bowler?
I could beat 120.
I could go get 120 right now.
Really?
Yeah, easy. Yeah. Come on, that's a low score.
Y'all are that good at
Those
bowling?
are rookie
I mean, but you don't have to be that good at bowling.
You
Yeah,
gotta be that good.
Yeah.
What do you think your average score is in bowling?
I don't know.
I can go
What
get
do you
a-
think I am? Some kind of nerd? Did you think I'm a nerd?
You think I got an average score?
What's your mean? What's your mean score, bro? What's your mean?
I ain't no nerd.
What's your mean
You
score,
think I got
bro?
my own ball?
My mean score.
Your mean score, bro. But yeah, it was cool, bro.
I'm mean with it.
I was good. Just love to see our guys are hanging out because we never get to see them in the summertime.
I really don't know if I could beat 120.
I could beat 120 right now.
You think so? Yes. Left-handed?
I mean, both-handed.
Both-handed.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But so it's right here. So you actually a good bowler.
I'm better than 120.
I'm better than 120 as
I
well.
took bowling in college.
I did not.
Bowling? University of Memphis, I got 3 credit hours. Billy Hardwick. We went to Billy Hardwick's like every Monday,
That's
Wednesday,
an
Friday.
amazing class.
Hey,
I took bowling. I was good at it.
I did not take bowling, but I'm not an idiot, so I can bowl over 120.
Right.
Talking about.
He said I'm not an idiot.
You got to be an idiot to
Yeah,
bowl. That's an idiot. Bowling under 120. What are we
Jake ain't
doing?
gonna get an extension bowling a 120.
That's crazy.
It's a tough scene for our guys. Yeah, shout out to them, man.
All right, so I heard you talking about, for people that don't know and didn't get to hear Gary talking about it earlier, yeah, and you even talked about it a little bit with Jessica about the Joe Cooper.
Right.
Yesterday, as Devin is on his way, this right after we get off the air, 2 big stories broke. One national, which is JJ Redick becoming the head coach of the Lakers, which is not all that surprising considering that's been a name associated with them for a long time. And I talked a lot about that on the Mismatch podcast with Kevin. I'll just say, in summation, basketball-wise and him being in the league for as long as he has and all that kind of stuff, he's a smart guy, and he's got a good relationship with the people that matter most on that team. And I don't think that I think he could be a good basketball coach. It would not surprise me at all if he's a good basketball coach. All of the outside stuff is the stuff that would be at least concerning, and that is you never know how a coach is going to react to severe criticism and for the first time. Second thing is being LeBron's coach has been a entirely thankless proposition. You will get no credit and you will get all the blame. That's just been for every coach along the way, except for maybe Ty Lue. But even Eric Spoelstra, if you go back in time, history remembers this differently. They tried to run him out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's been, and I think most people would consider him as good. If you lose with LeBron on your team, you're horrible. And if you win, you just got to be LeBron's coach. Ask Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel was gone within 2 years of winning a title, for God's sakes. Darvin Ham made the West Finals with a team that had no business being in the West Finals. And he's already gone, right? So that's the thing. And the biggest thing is the politics of it all. That when Jerry West died, I explained to you guys about how before Jerry, post Jerry, we had a mess in terms of lines of communication, who's actually in charge here. And it's, as they always say, too many cooks in the kitchen. Whoever's voice is the loudest is the one that decision is going to hinge on, rather than, right? So it's like whoever's got the owner's ear that day. And if you read how they kind of came to JJ Redick, it's very okay, bro, who calls the shots here, right? Is it Rob Pelinka? Is it Jeannie Buss? Because it's the stakeholders had all met with JJ Redick and all this stuff, but the only ones that met with Dan Hurley were Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss, and Jeannie really wanted Dan Hurley, but then you have Linda Rambis and Kurt Rambis. It's how do you negotiate all that?
And the other one that was weird, it was
Mm-hmm.
Jeannie really wanted Dan.
What?
But then they only offered $70 million.
Right.
If you really want Dan Hurley, $70 million was never getting it done.
Right. So it's just to me, it just reads like too many cooks in the kitchen. Who do I have to align myself with here? Because I know Pelinka, he ain't the guy that's going to sit next to the owner and when things turn to crap, says it's the roster and I got to fix this roster. He's the one that's going to say it's the coach. Because we know he's going to say it's the coach. Because he said it the coach twice, 3 times already. Yeah. That's always, and it's who has that power, right? Is it Kurt and Linda Rambis when they talk to Jeannie Buss? Who do I have to align myself with here? You know what I mean? Who's calling the shots?
You know where else this is Texas. I've had coaches tell me there's a lot of great things about the Texas job, but I had one guy who was a candidate for Texas, turned it down, and he was like, "You don't know who you have."
Has the juice.
That's right. It's there's too many people, there's too many boosters, and if you're buddies with this booster, then this booster hates you, and it's there's just too many. It's a real thing to navigate, and it's difficult.
Right. And I do think that look, all their decisions are not great. It's a great thing that they put in place here when Jason Wexler and Zach Kleiman and that whole group took over. There's a lineage of, you know what I mean? There's no debate on who's got final say on stuff, right? And there's not some kind of massive open line of communication with the owner. right? That's always very difficult, right? Is when there's everybody had Michael Heisley's ear, including me. I mean, it's the way it was.
Yeah.
You know, he would come hang out with us in our studio and ask me my opinion on everything. And it's like, okay, this is probably not what you want. But that's how you end up drafting Tony Roten, and that's how you end up drafting Jamal.
I don't think it's bad to listen to a lot of people,
No.
but it is not smart to
value their opinion
a lot.
more.
That's right.
Well, even in that one, it said one of the reasons that the JJ thing is because of Mike Krzyzewski. Like, what the hell? Like, okay, that's fine, but it's like nobody thinks it's weird that you might have asked Mike Krzyzewski what he thinks about this situation, right? But the fact that that is like one of the people you consult on, right? Like that. You could theoretically, Jeannie Buss could talk to Mike Krzyzewski, who she has a relationship with because her dad tried to woo him years ago. She could walk away from that going, you know what? I think we actually really need to hire JJ Redick, whatever. When maybe Rob Pelinka's like, you know what? James Borrego might be the best fit for AD and the rest of the guys or whatever. It's like, I don't know, man. You wonder who's got the juice. And that's what JJ's going to have to figure out. Because there's going to be the first article that Bill Plaschke writes saying this is what you get when you hire a guy that's never coached a basketball game.
Yeah, and he's super online, too, so he's going to try to clap back to people.
And they'll call him LeBron's friend.
And
then they'll say
he's super online.
When it gets tough, it will be really bad.
That's right. When you've got a 2-6 stretch in 8 games, it's because it will happen because you're dealing with the team whose best players are LeBron and AD, who and during an 82-game regular season, they're going to take a stretch off where they're not going to be that good.
And Darvin Ham experiences, there's no honeymoon, bro.
No.
When you coach a franchise like that.
Well, let me ask you
They
this.
believe he can be Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley.
Well, that means you have to live through the mistakes and the growing and so I was talking to Bennett about this earlier because you know this, I know this. That means they have to at least hear it. They know what people are saying. Oh, you just hired LeBron's podcast buddy to coach. If you were Jeannie Buss or Rambis or anybody who has juice in that, would it make you say we have to be patient with this? Otherwise,
I know
it's going to be mocked.
That's right.
We have to let him see this through.
Yep.
Wherever it goes, we got to ride it out.
Right.
I wonder if that helps JJ Redick.
That's what everybody says at the beginning, though.
I know. It's harder to do than it is. It's easier to say than it is to do. Yeah. You know, the other one people say this about is like rebuilding or, going through a rebuild. It's like, all right, we're going to move this guy for picks and it's going to be hard, but like the payout, and everybody's like, okay, yeah, well, I know what we're doing. And then you get in the middle of it. It's like, this sucks.
I know. Yeah. And there's a coach that's about to get paid $65 million not to coach.
Right.
That's how bad it can suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that news broke yesterday, and then the other news, as right after we got off the air, that article on the Daily Memphian dropped about Joe Cooper, and Joe Cooper saying it was a miserable, terrible experience, heartbreaking experience. A Memphis kid that went to Memphis, and it all went to hell. And he talked about the dysfunction within the program, and he talked about how Penny didn't even call him back or text him back, and then he missed the transfer portal and all this stuff. And so when I'm reading it the first time, there's no question it's salacious, and you're like, oh wow, right? Like this is not a good look, and I get it, right? For sure, it's not a good look to have anybody dog you out, and then. You know, the more I thought about it, and I was listening to you guys talk about it this morning, I think I did end up by yesterday afternoon more on the Jessica side, in the sense of, bro, no offense to him, but let's say you traded Jake LaRavia at the whatever, at the draft, right? And then Jake LaRavia talks about or David Roddy. Let's say we went David Roddy last year, and then David Roddy talks about how dysfunctional it was, and they let Dodgers run the show. And they you know what I mean? I'd be like, shut up, bro. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Stop. Yeah. Stop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you weren't even this dude. He wasn't even on scholarship. Like, you're the guy that's trashing Penny Hardaway in the program. Like, it is somewhat the messenger. It just is.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know. And again, they have not had the success. But when you were covering it, friggin' Root would have unloaded on the program. You wouldn't have even printed it.
Right.
You wouldn't. You would not have printed it, bro. If Nathaniel Root
Nathaniel Root's crazy.
I will tell you
and said this was bogus, this was crap, you wouldn't have even printed it.
I will tell you the closest thing I ever
Root.
did to this story involved Keena Young. Do you remember the name Keena
Yes.
Young?
The Kid Perkins,
Okay, so
yeah.
And it made Cal look horrible.
So they kept giving me the runaround. Like they had signed Kendrick Perkins and Keena Young.
Yeah.
They were high school teammates, best friends, and it was clearly like they're signing Keena to get Kendrick. But then Kendrick entered the draft, and then it was like the recruiting class shows up, but Keena Young wasn't here. And I would ask John about it. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, everything's fine." And then I'd ask Tony Barbie about it. He'd be like, "Everything's fine." They just give me the runaround. It was so finally I'm like, you know what? Everything's not fine. Clearly,
Right.
I'm gonna start making phone calls. And this was in a matter of days. I finally get Keena Young's dad on the phone, and he's like, "They're telling me everything's fine, but it doesn't feel like it is." Because he's like, "Oh no, we loaded up a U-Haul. We rented a U-Haul, loaded it up with my son's stuff, and we're traveling to Memphis, and on about to travel to Memphis, and we got a call from one of the assistant coaches, and it said, you don't need to come here." And the pullout quote, the big quote was, "John Calipari hurt my son." So that was the big quote, like cover of the thing.
Yeah.
John
Yo.
Calipari hurt Keena Young's dad. John Calipari hurt my son, something like that. John was furious. But this was one where I just let the father of a recruit say Memphis basketball staff, they had some real scumbags.
Now, did you have a contentious relationship at the time to the point where they were not? Were they lying to you about it?
I
Or
don't
certainly you probably checked against it.
Yeah, I was so motivated back then. Like I did a bunch of stories like that. Like I went and got the Sean Banks fight, got the Keena Young thing.
Right.
I would go and
No, but I'm saying, did you even give them the opportunity to say what's going on with Keena Young? Do you remember?
Of course I did, and I just knew that. I don't know that they were lying, but they weren't forthcoming.
Yeah.
And they weren't telling me.
They just didn't want it to be reported on.
Yeah,
probably.
they just wanted it to disappear.
Correct.
For Keena Young to just never show up and no big deal and who cares. And instead,
But that was a messed up story to the point where it's 20 years later, and I still remember.
Right. Oh, it was a big deal.
When Kendrick Perkins said, "I'm going pro," instead of his best friend, because the dad was in the paper saying, "This is messed up."
The whole time
like,
they
you
had,
know what I mean? Like, I get that we were a package deal, but you're
But
messing with
what's
somebody's
funny
life
is
here.
the whole time the Memphis staff would go out of their way, and if I remember correctly, it was John, Steve Rockefeller, Tony Barbie, Derek Kellogg. It might have been that initial staff, and they would go out of their way to say, "This is not a package deal. We want Keena Young no matter what." But then when it came time and Kendrick wasn't coming, they pushed him away.
Yeah.
And what's hilarious is the Keena Young, he had to go to JUCO because it was too late in the process, and became like a real player.
Oh, yeah.
He was good.
He ended up being good.
Like in hindsight, they should have taken him.
Yep.
But they didn't because they were so mad. They were just pissed off.
Spiteful kind of thing.
Yes, it was that.
Yeah, I don't know how. I feel
And
like
you can't say probably at the time, bro, he got his 50 grand. Shut up.
Oh, Kendrick Perkins has told some stories.
Yeah.
About some.
I'm sure.
the bag being dropped off.
I'll let Kendrick tell it. If he ever
You
wants
should
to.
tell it.
Bro, look, if you're getting a guy and his buddy to
Right.
both commit to your school from Texas to go to Memphis, and he's like one of the best players in the world.
Oh yeah, one of them's a 5-star center who's didn't even come to college.
Right.
Like we can all laugh at Kendrick Perkins' career if you want to, but like that was a high school All-American.
He's also an
first-
NBA champion.
Yeah.
He was a dog.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Again, all of the media guys get their careers then, I think, underrated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Paul is the absolute apex of this.
Yeah.
Like, Paul Pierce is one of the greatest players in NBA history.
And people just look at him like
everybody
he's
thinks he's a
joke.
goofy bastard.
Yep.
Yes. Right now.
Well,
And if he would have never done media,
He wouldn't.
Paul Pierce is considered.
Well, did you see
Stamp.
the other day? I guess it was Charles Barkley walking in an arena, and like people are like Charles Barkley's career gets goofed on.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
But
an
if they go back
all-time-
and watch his
he's an
highlights,
all-time great.
a dog.
So, like you say, you always tell the story, like the Patrick Beverly. How many points do you think Patrick Beverly averages?
Right.
And it's sort of-
36.
Okay,
Look it
so
up.
You goof on Kendrick Perkins' career. Kendrick Perkins' senior year of high school, he averaged 27.5 points, 16.5 rebounds, and 8 blocks per game.
It was outrageous.
In Texas.
In Texas
Y'all
high
not built
school.
like them, bro. Y'all not like them.
Yeah. So, anyways, so now look, it is one of these evaluate the message, don't kill the messenger thing. But I can't help that it was a walk-on. I just
That's
can't.
the-
And
that's
I
the
hate
part
that it's
where
a
I'm on-
Memphis kid, but it's like
And he had time to know what
I
was
go
up.
back to that. If Root would have been trashing the pro, it's like, bro.
I guess
like,
the only thing I was, a lot of it does come off as sour grapes. There were two things that I went like, I'd rather this not exist. One, walk on or not, that's the stepson of one of your former teammates. He's a Memphis kid.
For sure.
If he's texting and calling you, you should
Pick
take
up the
that.
phone,
You
bro.
should take that.
Yeah, pick up the
I mean,
phone,
I'm
bro.
willing to listen to like, well, the reason we didn't connect is because
I agree with that.
But
if that is true,
if that's true, I think that's not great.
Yeah.
And the other quote.
But the other thing is, my bet would be Penny would be like, stop the cap.
All right.
We met. He knows he wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
what are we doing here? Like, he could call, he could text me, whatever. But this whole, my guess would be he would say to you, he was in limbo. Like, I let him walk on last year. I even played him some.
Right.
Like, stop already.
Right.
Enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
there's another side to the story.
Yeah, there's always two
I'm
sides.
willing to be open-minded to the other side, but on a very surface level, I think of one of your.
That's where he lost me a little bit, though, the sob story of, and I missed the portal.
Well, that's
and I
his
got
fault.
to
Like,
stop."
hey,
come on,
like,
bro.
that's
you
the-
didn't know what your situation was.
If I said this, if I were advising him like that, because he lost me there too, like, and I missed the portal. Well, you know what? If your coach won't call you back or text you back, you know what the answer is. Get in the portal. All right. So that's on you. But I didn't like that. If he's telling the truth, I called Penny. I was trying to be respectful, Penny. I called him. I texted him. I got no response. I don't love that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other one is just a quote about being in the program. And he was like, we had scandals. We had ego problems. We had character issues. It was just really hard. Every day it was a weight when you walked into that gym.
And that's one of those things we all know is true.
I don't. Yeah.
But a guy verbalized
There it is, and it's just like that is what people think about Memphis basketball right now. That it's just like, man, what is going on
A
over
mess.
there?
Yeah,
And
he
this
put it on,
quote, on the record quote from a former player, just sort of reinforces.
The part
that.
that's
For sure. No, we know that there is constant drama.
Yes,
And we
always.
don't have guys verbalizing that it's constant drama.
Right.
Yeah.
But we know.
Right.
We watch
Yeah.
it play out
It's
every year.
obvious every time on the court. The part that scared me about it, because like, yeah, I want to like, I'm with Penny always, but like, the part that scared me because I got homies that have walked on to like basketball programs everywhere, and they always say, bro, you could always tell a head coach by the way they treat the walk-ons, like no matter what, right? If you treat the lowest person on the roster, of course you got the guys that are up that you paid all that money, but like you feel like you should treat everybody the same way. If you treat like Joe Coopers of the world, of course you played them,
Yeah.
but you treat them like, yo, man, like go on somewhere, bro. You're just like, that's the problem. Like, come on, bro, Penny.
The other thing
Come
is you
on,
hate
bro.
that it's a Memphis kid
Yeah,
because
like, but I'm sympathetic to this on some level. Again, I'm willing to hear the other side because, I mean, you could probably go to anywhere I've ever worked,
Sure.
and find somebody and they'd be like, yeah, I worked Gary Parrish for 2 years. I'd see him, twice a week, and he barely said 7 words to me.
Yep.
Well, I barely say 7 words to anybody. Like so was I being rude to this person, or was I just being me?
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If it's not somebody, now I get it that this kid was on the team, whatever, but if I don't buy some of what you're saying,
Right.
it's hard to buy the rest of what you're saying. And I don't buy that he's. Anybody would be most concerned about their own situation. That's just the way it is. You wouldn't assume anything, especially if you're a walk-on. You wouldn't assume anything. You would, you know what I mean? And this idea that you could not have spoken to the coach about this, to me, that's goofy.
'Cause everybody has, like,
I don't
end-of-season
buy-
meetings.
I don't buy that Penny Hardaway just refused to speak to him and like you know what I mean, like he dumped him and is like doesn't know his name anymore. Like I just don't buy that.
For like 3 weeks.
I don't
Like,
buy
what?
that.
Like,
Right. I will say, like, again, I'm willing to, there's multiple sides to all this stuff, but we have had, like, Billy Richmond make some Penny comments, and now there's Rodney Newsom's stepson making some Penny comments. There's a lot of. There's a
No,
lot
he's feeling it from the inside.
There's a lot of people saying a lot of the same stuff all the time.
So I'm saying, bro, like I just like with people that clean the studio every day. Like there's people like, yo, you speak to everybody, like treat everybody the same way, like whether it's the top or the bottom.
Well, and
that's the part I got an issue with.
I got you, and I also think that there is
I would like to be treated a little differently.
This dude.
If you don't mind.
Would you want me to get you a throne, bro?
I would take a throne, sure.
I feel like he has also changed too because of the extreme criticism.
Yeah,
that he
He
feels.
put the wall up a little
He
bit.
doesn't feel the same way when he walks into a gym. He doesn't feel the same way when he's walking around town. because this program has been a disappointment. Just has. Like in terms of the expectations are crazy here, but he hasn't met lower expectations than crazy ones.
And the thing is, like,
right? And so Andy's a favorite son. You know, this is a guy that there's not a place I mean, if you were ranking the most beloved Memphians, he's at the top.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally at the top.
He is the top of the
But imagine walking around that city and not feeling beloved anymore. And so you change. And I do think that, you know, there's still a lot of people that love him and want him to, you know what I mean? But he doesn't, when you're constantly hearing about everybody's got an opinion on something, and then, you know, stuff like this gets printed and it's about whatever. It's like, God, man.
I promise you today, Penny is pissed off at Joe Cooper and probably at Parth for even quoting him. You know, so that's going to be another thing. I don't know if you saw Penny's quotes from yesterday. He did an interview somewhere with.
Oh, I got the name of it. I got you. Hold on.
I don't mean to,
Marcus Taylor of TaylorMade Sports.
Yeah. So like proper credit. He did the interview with them, and it was a lot of. I just read the transcript. I didn't hear it. I just read it. The quotes, I think Jason Munn's got them at commercialappeal.com, but it's a lot of stuff like the media this, the media that.
Yep.
He's very.
Yes.
And part of me just wants to be like.
It's what I just talked about with JJ Redick.
Right.
Well, anybody that goes from being beloved
it's
to
hard.
criticized.
So this is what I say. Like dude, the media is not your problem. The media is still trying to love you.
Right.
It's just like this has been a mess. But I totally understand why he feels that way, because I can't imagine on a much lower level what it's like to have everybody be like, you're the best, and then all of a sudden they're like coming at you, and it's like, whoa.
I told this story.
It will get to you.
I've told this story many times on the show. You know very well that after I left radio and I came here, I started that job with the Ringer for Simmons Company, and 99% of the feedback I get in Memphis is good. It's positive. You know what I mean? I had become whatever I had become within the city and with my audience and on social media platforms or whatever else. And nobody knew me. So now I've got this like possible worldwide audience, and 99% of that audience doesn't know who I am, and I am getting destroyed.
Right.
I mean, it's like, this is an AM talk radio host. This is a guy doing sport. What the hell did Bill Simmons hire? Blah, blah. And and I started reading it on the internet, and it was the first time in over a decade that I had felt that way. And I text Bill, and I'm like, man, I am so sorry. Just stick with me. I'll get better, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, what the F are you talking about? What? And I was like, I'm seeing what people are saying. He's like, you're fine. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Social media can really impact you.
I felt, and I was 30-something years old, and I felt that. And so I can only imagine. Now imagine for Penny, it's in his own city.
Yes, it's hard.
This is the place that you're totally beloved.
Right.
Where 15-year-olds run up and ask for your autograph.
That's right.
Now 15-year-olds run up and go, what the hell's wrong with the Tigers?
Yeah, why can't you get us back to the Sweet 16?
What's wrong with the Tigers?
No, it's hard. And so when I wish he hadn't walled himself off so much and taken a sort of it's me against the world, because like this whole world here wants him. We all wanted him to have this job. We all want him to succeed. We still do. I would prefer him not to like get jaded, but I understand how it happened.
Yeah.
I understand how it happened. Like one day everywhere you go in the city, people love you, and not to make me out to be anything more than what I am, but like I am on radio every day saying Penny Hardaway needs to be the next coach at Memphis. You got to fire Tubby. And it's like, Penny. And then I'm like, well, hey, what is this guy doing?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, like what happened? That'd be hard. It would be hard.
Sure.
It would be hard for me. I know it would be hard for me, so I understand why it's hard for him.
He's pulling out in like a Maybach at Midnight Madness, and there's 20,000 people in there and the whole thing, and now they're doing it in a field on campus with nobody.
Yeah. Some of the same people who used to say you are the best thing in the world and you should have this job now believe you shouldn't.
Yep.
That must be an impossible thing to deal with.
That would piss me off, to be honest.
Yes, it would make you mad.
Yeah, it would make you mad. Especially like you said, especially where this is where I live. This is like you the beloved son.
Because it makes you ready for this. It will make you think everybody hates you, even if they don't. I go through this sometimes on social media. There was one a long time ago. I don't even remember what the core of it was, but I was just getting, and it's funny to look because I was a Boilermaker this whole year, but in previous times, like Purdue fans, I just remember them coming at me. I genuinely don't remember what it was about, but they were just, and I created this impression like, man, Purdue fans hate me. Purdue fans hate me. What you forget is that most Purdue fans don't even know you.
Right.
They're not living on Twitter. Right. This is just
Yep.
And so I took it from Purdue fans hate me to Matt Painter must hate me. And I remember then I'm at somewhere and I see Matt Painter, and like I like Matt Painter, and I've always had. And I was like nervous. I was like, oh God, he hates me. And I was like, it was unavoidable. And I was like, hey Matt, and he was like, GP, and it was like not. And I just had this moment of clarity, like he doesn't even know that I think Purdue fans hate me because he doesn't even know that that's a thing. None of it, it's not real.
Yeah.
But I was carrying around these very real feelings.
Well, the best thing that ever happened to me, honestly, was kids.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I always say this about, like, you want to find people that don't care. It's because if you go home, they don't know, they don't care at all. No. And it's like, I am surrounded by people that have no idea about that. It really makes it feel insignificant.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly. Because my wife has no idea, and my kids have no idea. Whoa. What anybody says about me. I mean, we can be at dinner and a guy's like, S my D, JJ Redick's the GOAT. Right. And it'll be like, I'll read it and I'll be like, what the hell? And then you look up and you're like, you know what? What does it even matter?
My kids
Whereas when I did not have that, I would sit there at night and be like, oh my God, everybody hates me.
Oh, it's like, it was this time. It was this time last week, and like Illinois fans are just going bananas, and that lasted.
Oh, they were on your ass like back pockets for
hard.
sure.
I mean, like. And anybody associated with me. I mean, it was.
Well, I mean, the fact that you tried to put Terrence Shannon in jail.
Yeah, you did try to lock a dude up.
None of that's true.
Yeah,
none of it's true.
They was in my mentions going
crazy. But to your point, like I told you last Friday, you were like, I was like, it's annoying, but like as soon as I get out of here, I'm going to the golf course and I'm going to turn on my music and I'm not even going to see this stuff in a minute.
Right.
And to your point, like then I went to Dallas with my family. My wife to this moment, I don't think knows anything about Terrence Shannon. I don't even think she knows that name. The whole world. That's me doing it again.
That's right.
It's just Illinois fans are whatever they are. They're committed to the cause.
And there's 20 of them.
Well, it was more than that.
Yeah, bro. It was like a.
Dad can tell you.
It was a lot of them, bro.
It was a lot of them.
They were coming from his neck.
But like, as soon as you can just do this. It's not your real world. It's not your real world.
It's the old Tyler, the Creator.
Oh, the
what
tweet?
What the F is cyberbullying? Close your computer.
That's a great, all-time great tweet.
How is cyberbullying a thing? Close your computer.
Right.
What is wrong with you?
But it's
cyberbullying.
But there's a real lesson in there.
Yeah.
Just like, these people don't matter.
Well, you know who used to post on Instagram all the time? Penny Hardaway.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Right.
God got me.
He'll post his little candle stuff now. Hey,
on a treadmill, God got me.
God got me. He'll post.
God would get me off this thing.
He'd post like being at church.
Yeah.
Let me see the last time Penny Hardaway posted. Because the issue was him. All his kids are like older, like my age now, and he got a bunch of 40-year-old grown men following him now. That's the issue. But last time he posted was May 21st.
Of this year?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not that long ago.
He still get his post out. Yeah, he's still.
Brian posted since 2022.
Yeah, he posted.
Roser has walled himself.
You're in my stories every day.
Every day.
Roser has walled himself off from the criticism.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Penny be having all
his Roser and his dog.
I just posted.
Roser and his dog is crazy.
I just posted stuff. I just repost like stories or whatever.
The stories.
Yeah, the stories that get tagged or whatever.
We know.
Roser. We know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's your dog in Shelby Farms.
Every day at the same time. Every single day.
Back in Shelby Farms.
We have been back in a little while. Yeah, she gets these little allergy things.
Everybody wanted to hear about your dog's allergies. All right, go play golf, Gary. Go enjoy yourself. We'll be back at this Chris Vernon Show.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance, to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies checking from Pinnacle. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
I think we have the college basketball title futures. UConn's #1.
I really like Houston. I'd have them winning it all, but you can't be giving Drake jerseys. What is wrong with you?
Maybe the Drake curse is stronger in college basketball.
How long has he been riding with Kentucky?
He wore an Alabama jersey and Saban retired.
The Odds Couple with Rob Fisher, Lang Whitaker, John Roser, and CJ Hurt live Thursdays at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's her name? Susie, the one with the steamboat.
Miss Susie had a steamboat. The steamboat had a bell. Ding ding. Miss Susie went to heaven. The steamboat went to hello, operator. Please give me number 9. And if you disconnect me, I'll kick you from behind the refrigerator.
There was a piece of glass. Miss Susie sat upon it and broke her little.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Now for a limited time, the new $1.99 crispy tender wraps are here at Sonic. Who could deny a crispy chicken tender with bold flavors like hickory barbecue and cheesy Baja? And we can't forget the crisp lettuce and melty cheese to make the perfect bite. Wrap yourself up with some TLC, tender, love, and chicken for only $1.99. Sonic $1.99 crispy tender wraps. Tax not included, limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
Life Care Ambulance is proud to be an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies and FedEx Forum. At Life Care, they wear their hearts with pride. Their passion is their people. They want you to love what you do and where you do it. Their employee-driven culture encourages a healthy work-life balance and supportive work environment. They invest in your success and well-being so that you can provide the best care for the patients that they serve. Join the incredible team of EMTs and paramedics in Memphis, Nashville, and across the nation today. Learn more at lifecareamb.com.
If you look at it as far as the number 9 pick over the years, there's been some pretty good players that have surfaced at number 9. Of course, Dirk Nowitzki, who won a championship. There's been a lot of great guys, but who knows if there is a great guy in this draft.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Indiana Fever have to do something. You cannot let her get hit like this.
No.
Because it's not just you're allowing people to think this is okay. It's you're allowing her to think that you don't have her back.
Yes.
Like whatever you think of her on a personal level, she is wherever you're going. If you're a member of that franchise, wherever you're going, it's where she's taking you.
The Gary Parrish Show live weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Presented by Caesar Sportsbook. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
At the jungle, man, we at the mud. Like, keep it moving, man, we on the run. Hey, been the struggle, but we ain't done. Yeah, been the struggle, but we overcome. Hey, at the jungle, man, we at the mud. Like, keep it moving, man, we on the run. Hey, been the struggle, but we ain't done. Keep on swinging, never know when we gon' land right. Hit you with the left uppercut, say goodnight on the canvas. You not know who the man is. Everybody got a plan until the punch.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. Show's brought to you by Caesar Sportsbook. You can go to your app store. You can type in Caesar Sportsbook and you can download it for free. You can use it legally in the state of Tennessee, and new users get up to $1,000 back as a bonus bet if you lose your first wager using the code GCM1000. GCM1000. Caesar Sportsbook.
Vernon, the chat has proposed a great idea.
All right.
They think that you should do the next, when the Ringer does their next top 100 players list, you should do it yourself.
Oh, like as a competition to it?
Because the list just came out.
Oh, and they're mad about the Grizzlies, where the Grizzlies are?
Yeah, you're right.
How many times do I just tell everybody?
Just let it be.
The best thing that can happen is to be underrated.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, so 12.
So frustrating when everybody's like, oh, I can't believe they have him ranked behind so-and-so. Like, believe it, it's the best thing ever. Because then if he becomes one of the top 5 players in the league, you can go back. You want this driving them. You want the chip on their shoulder. The worst thing is having massive expectation.
Yeah. We got 4 players in the top 100.
Obviously, it's Smart, Jaren, Bane, and Ja.
Damn right, brother.
So, Smart in the 90s?
Smart is 86.
86. And then I'll say Ja is 16.
30.
Oh, God. Okay. That's even better.
30 players in the NBA are not better than Ja Morant. Go watch his freaking highlights.
30?
Yeah. 30, bro. They smoking that good stuff, bro.
I love it.
30 and then
so I'll say the next will be Jaren, and he'll be like in the 40s.
46.
And then Bane will be in the 60s.
Nah, they gave Dez a little bit of love.
What did they do?
47.
Oh. So 3 top 50 players?
Yeah, so we got 12, Jaren. Yeah, they got 30 is insane, bro.
Who is? Just tell me who are 28 and 29.
I got you. Give me a second. We're gonna mark it down for the season.
I just want to know who 28 and 29 are.
Let me see. I got the filter by team on right now. I'm tweaking. Hold on. Give me a second. I put the filter on. 28 and 29 are. Wait, why? Okay, hold on. I'm broken right now.
Oh my God.
I don't know how to turn that filter by team off.
Are you serious?
All right, I got you. All right, here we go.
You literally do the internet for a living.
All right, I got you. 28 is Lauri Markkanen. 29 is Paolo Banchero, and 30 is 12.
I mean, Paolo Banchero at least is super awesome and is like the #1 player on a good team.
Yeah.
Lauri Markkanen is the #1 player on a rat team.
Yeah. Then 27 is Dame, 26 Domantas Sabonis, 25 Kai, 24 Bam, 23 Paul George, 22 De'Aaron Fox.
I got to be honest, this is now getting super impressive in terms of the strength of the league.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
I don't look at that. You can look at it through the prism of John Morant is better than these guys. I look at it and go, damn, man, there's a lot of freaking good players. If those are the ones from 20 to 30, it used to be if you were ranked 30, you were behind like
Jamal McGlynn, who's a fringe all-star. Kevin Martin?
Yes,
Kevin
that
Martin-y?
kind of like, Kevin Martin-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Where it'd be like, oh my God, you're ranking him behind this guy. Or CJ McCollum.
Yeah,
right?
there you go. That's perfect.
Yeah, like
that's
that.
perfect.
That level. But no, I always like anything that comes out where the Grizzlies are disrespected. Yeah. We lived with the disrespect for so long. I was always wildly uncomfortable when everything flipped and you then were not likable anymore. The disrespect comes once you have the success, right? And so it started a little bit. It started a little bit after the Anthony Edwards thing. Started huge. for Luka Doncic, right? After he just led a team to the NBA Finals. But the farther you get, then the more criticism you will inevitably get too if you falter. And so they got wiped out, and it was a terrible finals.
Yeah,
right.
It was, yeah.
And
AE's number 8 on this list.
Anthony Edwards is 8. Okay, well, I mean, look, it's another thing to drive John Morant. John Morant will probably have a 30 tattoo on his forehead by the end of the day. Knowing him.
Hey, you got a camp tomorrow. You got a camp tomorrow morning. So the camp's not Sunday; it's tomorrow morning.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
So look, you're gonna get him in the tunnel next year, going, "You're 29 players better than me."
You're gonna do this every 30 after every game.
He may change his number to 30.
He might. He really might.
30.
Trust me, these are the best things that happen.
Yeah, I love it.
You don't want me coming up with a ranking that puts him super high. That does nobody any good. For me to be out there, like, the best thing to do is say, everybody's sleeping on blank. You know what I mean? It's
that 30 is a little sicko mode though.
Well, look,
Rudy Gobert is 34.
I'm gonna say this. I am glad that Oklahoma City made their deal yesterday, the Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey deal. Yeah. And Josh Giddey, who I have been a big fan of as a basketball player, for his size and his ability to do everything outside of shoot threes, he is an outstanding basketball player who I was super high on. Yeah. And I spoke about this a few weeks ago when I was talking to you guys about that quarterback list, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't look at the guy without thinking that he's a freaky ass when it comes to Deshaun Watson. I can't. And the same has befell Giddey. Yeah. It just is.
The second biggest freako in Chicago.
I saw the video of the young girl saying, I just blanked Josh Giddey. And it's like, bro, I'm never getting that out of my head. Yeah. Whether the NBA found anything, the cops found anything, she decided she wasn't going to be talking about anything. Like, this whole, like, he likes young chicks is like, it just creeps you out. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you're freaky, bro. Yeah. And so it's a thing. And he's still an outstanding basketball player, and he was a key part of the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, right? Yeah. I'm not saying they got worse by making the trade. What I am saying is his value plummeted. He's still a really good player.
That's why I wonder how they pulled this deal off.
He's not a great fit with that team because he is a guy that needs the ball in his hands in order to be able to. But he is an outstanding passer, and he's a really good rebounder. Like, he can kind of do everything, and he's a good player to have on your team. But Caruso's a way better fit, and Caruso is a fit on every single team in the NBA, and Caruso is exactly the kind of guy you want for playoffs, right? You want those kind of guys on your roster. He can get you by when somebody goes down. He can start for you. He can come off the bench for you. He can guard the other team's best player, which is the most important thing when it comes to being able to have 20-something minutes of me guarding your best player, and he can guard multiple positions. Like, the guy is a great – and he
shoots at a high clip, too.
He's also a better athlete than people give him credit for. I mean, he cracked all over us last year in our game against Chicago. You remember that? Went down the lane and just dunked on everyone. I was like, God.
Don't remind me.
He's the kind of guy that flips games, man. Yeah. Like, high energy, and I'm glad that Oklahoma City made that deal. I did think they would have to give up a pick because, as I told Kevin last night.
His value was super low, Giddey's was.
His value was low. I thought that Chicago is going to be able to get a pick with Giddey because they've got 1 million picks. So it's like you can give one away without it killing you. And the other thing is, you take a step back and you go, all right, who wants this deal to happen more? Everybody knows that Giddey doesn't fit with them for the long term, and they're not going to be able to pay him, right? And you really want Alex Caruso, because Alex Caruso, we're willing to move Alex Caruso, but he might end up somewhere else. And I would have thought you could have gotten more than just Giddey. Honestly, I think you could have gotten one of those picks for him, especially when you know you're going to have to pay Giddey now, right? Because his contract's going to be coming up. Now, they're going to have to pay Caruso, on the other side. But they've got guys that are wildly outperforming their contracts. They are in the situation we were in, which is they have Jalen Williams, they have Chet Holmgren, and they're on low contracts and they're going to vastly overperform, and so they're going to be able to pay Alex Caruso a deal in the offseason. But or when it comes up, I was glad they did it because it shows, like, bro, they're going for it.
They are.
Like, they're not trying to be anywhere else, and they saw what their team was, and here's one more step of getting better. And so you got to look at it and you got to go, bro, that's who you're competing against. So they're throwing Shea and Caruso and Jalen Williams and Dort.
That's 3 all NBA defenders in your backcourt.
Right, and Dort and Chet and, you know what I mean, like, and Kason Wallace and, like, these other guys that they've got on their team. And it's like, yo, like, that, I love that you got 3 guys, but, like, and maybe 4, but, like, you better load up, bro. You better load up because they're going to be loaded up. Because by the time it's all said and done, their roster is going to keep getting better.
Because they're trying to probably get a center too, just like you are.
That's right.
You know
And so, right. And they've got assets as well. And so it's like, here is your peer. And they're trying to get there faster than you. And you, in fairness, and this is what everybody has casually forgotten, and this is why they've become underrated. Because of the disaster that was last year, they've casually forgotten that they were the 2 seed with the youngest team in the league back-to-back years, and we've already been in the second round of the playoffs with this team. So what did they do?
Right.
That the Grizzlies didn't do.
They just barked a lot.
Right? What did the Grizzlies, you know what I mean? And so you would imagine that you'll be able to get back to being one of the best teams in the Western Conference with if you can keep your guys healthy. But I was glad that Oklahoma City made that deal because it just shows, like, hey, they're willing to part with. It's not easy, even if he's not an ideal fit. It's not easy to get rid of one of your major players. Josh Giddey was a major player for them, who really helps on the rebounding front too, because he's a great rebounder for his position, and they didn't have a big guy outside of Chet. Chet was literally the only big guy, which did show up. But I mean, there are a lot of similarities. They need a center as well. Like the same way we talked about how, and it also is instructive on the Smart front. Same reason they want Caruso is the same reason you wanted Marcus Smart. Everybody knows you need those kind of guys. Those are championship, those are win a lot of games guys. And so the same way we say, man, God, they got the same friggin' thing. It is a mirror image where you go, they got Shea and we got Ja, and they've got Jalen and we've got Bane, and they've got Chet and we've got Jaren. And it's like, they got to fill their 3 and they got to fill their 5. And we're going to see at the end of this summer who comes out better on this. Who comes out better when it's time to, because they're going to get a 5 and they're going to get a 3. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, because that's exactly what we want. We want
and
the same
it's
thing.
weird. We're running parallel to them.
We want the same thing.
We are our 3 best players and our core are our point guard, our shooting guard, and our power forward. Same as them. All young. Obviously, Gilgeous-Alexander's a little bit older. But if they're going to bolster what they've got, it's going to be with their 3-man and it's going to be with their 5-man. And they have assets too.
Same thing, yeah.
And so it's like, we're going to look up at the end and go, all right, who was able to do this better?
Right.
Let's go, baby.
Because Caruso is like they're Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is.
Same thing.
He is, same thing.
Same
better,
kind
better
of thing.
shooter, though.
Huh?
Better shooter. He
Yes.
shoots 40% from 3.
Correct. Yeah. No.
He shoots that Jones at a high clip.
Yeah. He's perfect with them. And Kason Wallace is going to be a year better. And I mean, like, and the Grizzlies are bringing back Brandon Clark. And I don't want to, but I'm just saying, when you're thinking about the both franchises going forward, it is kind of eerie.
Yeah.
And they both have young coaches that they allowed to grow with their team. You know, them with Daignault, us with Taylor Jenkins. And the only difference between Daignault and Jenkins is that Daignault was given Coach of the Year for his level of success, whereas Taylor was robbed by the disgraceful Monty Williams.
Preach!
Williams, yeah.
Yeah.
Preach!
Because either that award should retroactively be given to Taylor Jenkins or just delivered to Chris Paul. One or the other.
Yeah.
Because it obviously wasn't your ass.
It wasn't yours.
Because everybody hates you, bro.
Yeah.
Including the Pistons. Give Taylor Jenkins his respect.
But look, that's a great. It was a great move for Oklahoma City because they got somebody that can really be a part of their short rotation that can help them in playoff games, and they weren't going to be able to pay Giddey any. He was the odd man out on terms of the payment. They're paying Gilgeous-Alexander a fortune in an extension. They're going to end up paying Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren a fortune. It's the same situation. Yeah. Now, we got very, very lucky. The fortune wasn't truly the fortune. It was for Bane, but it wasn't for the other two.
Yeah.
Because Jaren was coming off a year injury and because Ja didn't make All-NBA because of his suspension. And so, as I've chronicled many times on the show, it's $100 million probably. Honest, like legit. Saved $100 million in terms of what the going rate would be typically for players of that caliber. Yeah. Just given when one of them signed their contract and that the other one got in trouble, so he didn't get the boost.
It's crazy, bro. That like we talk about like rivalries. Like the NBA doesn't really have like any like rivalries to kind of build off of.
And that
way
word
you just laid
kicks
it out,
your ass.
Rivalries.
Rivalries?
Bro, rivalries, bro.
There you go.
There you go.
Bro, rivalries, bro.
There you go.
Rivalries.
You just got to slow down.
Yeah, I had to slow down a little bit.
Rivalries.
I'm slowing down. Saying it fast messing me up. The way you laid it out, though, like that is what the NBA should be able to lean into, right? These two young and up-and-coming teams. Of course, you get Anthony Edwards in them.
That's right.
But, like, these two teams are on the same path. Like, they're doing the same thing. Like, this could be a 10-year rivalry.
But
rivalry. I really want it to be. Can't put it in between two words.
I'm going to make sure this is rivalry. Rivalry. It's going to be a hell of a rivalry.
Put a little dash in between it. Rivalries. Because, yeah, bro, because we won't smoke. Like, our team wants smoke with folks. Like, we want to, we want that energy.
Oh.
Everybody else is like.
Well, and here's the deal. Here's where the perception of Oklahoma City is, and here's where the perception of the Grizzlies is. They are the same.
Yeah, they really are.
They really are. But they are not considered the same now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they copied us. They copied our flow and everything, bro.
And then when the comeback happens next year, it can be a rivalry.
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 Nobody hates that L more.
Yeah, that L is crazy. That L is crazy. Shout out to the rivalries, bro. Shout out to the rivalries.
It's rivalry week on ESPN.
Yeah. So let me do the Sounders. Let me do the Sounders, bro.
It's rivalry week.
You know, the NBA probably they started doing it a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Like the rivalry week. See, bro, I can't do it. So that's crazy. That extra L is wild. I say it without the last L, bro. Just let me live my life.
It's gonna be
Whoa! Jalen, bro, come on.
It's gonna be
Kendrick Lamar, bro.
It's gonna be the what's it called? It's gonna be the undercard for the next Terrence Crawford fight. You versus rivalry.
If you could read one page of a Harry Potter book, it sound like Floyd Mayweather, bro. I sound insane. It's tough. It's tough, bro.
So it appears Kennard is the one who's getting the most interest from the trade stuff.
So
the Jake Fisher stuff that came out today.
What did he say?
Okay, so San Antonio has made the 8th pick available, while Memphis, holding at 9, remains a team to watch for a potential trade-up, as the Grizzlies are known to be searching for front-court improvements, and they have an eye for Klingon. Portland is also said to be high on Klingon. The Grizzlies also have a history of moving up in drafts, but the Grizzlies also believe to be open to moving back, depending how the board ultimately unfolds on draft night. The Grizzlies sources said have no interest in parting with Marcus Smart. Memphis has received strong interest from rival teams about Luke Kennard in advance of the upcoming decision on his $14.7 million contract.
And I would be depressed about Smart too, because he's put down roots here.
Yeah,
he's like trying to get involved.
That's the interesting thing on that story, which tells you that
got married, got the kid now.
If that is true, that tells you that Kelly Aiko thing is totally coming from the Houston side. That they
want him.
They want him, and that's a public negotiation tactic that they want him. that they have no interest in trading.
I don't understand what. I mean, I guess when you suck, it doesn't matter. But like, why they got DeAndre Ayton and
Portland?
Robert Williams
Portland.
and like
what are you trying to do? Trying to do the Sacramento Kings from back in a couple years ago?
I guess you're just trying to do.
They had like 800 power forwards.
I
keep drafting centers.
I mean, I guess you're just moving off of Ayton, and then you're saying we want to move on with the Shaden Sharp, Donovan Clingan, Scoot Henderson.
Because Robert Williams not gonna play because he's damaged goods, right?
Right.
He's DG as hell.
He's probably gonna be retired.
Well, and then the whole Ayton thing. I mean, I could imagine them being disgusted with what went on with him. I mean, you saw that thing that. He said he sucked because he slept on an air mattress all year or whatever.
Yeah, bro, he's an insane old.
It's like, okay, enough.
He's trying to play on the.
Like we paid you $30 million to sleep. What? It's just bizarre.
Yeah. Like when he said he can't make the game.
That is the one thing Monty Williams was probably right about. Is that guy's a goofy.
That guy's goofy. Yeah.
He wasn't right about Jaden Ivey, and he wasn't right about the other some other stuff. But he might have been right about DeAndre Ayton.
You see, he's playing for the Bahamas national team, bro. Good. They got a little squad, bro.
So that's my buddy from the Warriors, Chris.
Oh yeah,
he coaches that team.
Eric Gordon.
They've got Buddy Hield. They've got Klay
Thompson. Yeah.
Bahamas has actually got a team.
Wait, why is Klay Thompson playing for the Bahamas?
I guess you can. I mean, he's not playing for Team USA.
Yeah,
so I think you can. You can play for the Bahamas.
They said Evan Mobley might be playing. Isaiah Mobley and then Naz Reid might also play with them because they got their lineages from the Bahamas. So they might be able to play with them too. So they might have a little squad out there in the Bahamas. Team Canada stacked.
Clay's probably playing with them because that's where he goes on vacation.
He's like, wait, y'all got a team?
He's got a boat there. He's got dual citizenship because he's got a place in the Bahamas.
He's like, y'all got a team? Say less. Steph ain't gonna let me play with Team USA, so I'll play with them.
You know what's crazy about the Klay thing? I was listening to Windhorse to them talking about him this morning and about how, as a free agent, whatever, and about how it's, they're explaining the second apron and about how, it's hurt feelings, right? They extend Wiggins, they extend Draymond, and then they're trying to give him a 2-year contract or whatever. But they said he averaged. It is odd when you were like a great and an all-time great, and I think they said he averaged 18 points and shot 39% from three.
Come on, Klay.
And he's still good. He's still it is very okay. I'm getting Ray Allen on the Heat-esque. That's kind of how it feels, right?
Yeah.
That's the stage. But you're still getting a really good player.
Yep, average 18 a game, shot 38% from Trey Land. Yeah.
I mean, if his name's not Klay Thompson, a guy that averages 18 and shoots 38% from three, it's just as compared to what we knew him to be.
Exactly.
And he also went, and it's also how the playoffs or play in whatever your last game was can destroy you because he was 0 for 10 in that last game.
He was.
And it's okay, he's bunned.
Because the last 7 years, he's averaged above 20.
Yeah.
The 7 years before that, averaged 20 a game.
It's not like he's washed.
No, he ain't washed.
No.
He just ain't the old Klay.
And he's not he's not the defender he used to.
No, he can't
Correct.
move. He can't move the way
he can't move like he used to be.
Yeah, he do way too much of.
But a guy that just I drive and kick it out to you and you knock down a three,
He can still do that.
He can still do that for you.
He shot how many threes a game? He shot 9 threes a game last year. Shot the same clip.
Right. The guy's an all-time great shooter.
He shot 44% from three in 2014. God damn.
I mean,
44% from three in the NBA.
Again, it's like the Ray Allen thing, right? Damn. It's like, bro, if I got this guy on my team and a guy that I could throw it out to and he can bury a shot and space the floor for me.
I just don't want him over here.
So anyway, what's the Luke Kennard part? You never mentioned
They
that.
just said Memphis has received interest from rival teams about Kennard ahead of the decision.
Okay, so maybe
that's the guy that they're getting calls about.
No, but the same. Okay.
Yeah.
But that may be the same thing as the Smart deal.
It could be.
Right?
Yeah. People want him really bad type thing.
Yeah,
everybody wants
we're getting a lot of calls for Luke
The Grizzlies putting that out there. The Grizzlies putting that out there. Please call us about Luke Kennard. We'd love to trade him.
Hey, no, don't call us. Our phone lines are busy. Everybody. Look, Luke Kennard may very well be much more valuable. I've told you this. there's a value associated with Luke Kennard. I could totally see them picking up the team option and then moving him.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know where he fits on our wing pecking order, right?
Yeah.
If you're playing Vince.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
If you're playing Vince. And you're also going to be trying to get G.G. Jackson on the floor. And you're getting Marcus Smart on the floor. And it's like, okay, are you...
Where are the minutes? At
Are you,
some point,
right, yeah.
minutes
You know what I'm saying? Are you my fourth wing?
Yeah.
You're my third wing?
Yeah.
You're not my starting, right? Like, so I could see him having... I mean, unfortunately, he provides something we desperately need, which is shooting. Yeah. So I many times when it comes to situations like this, I can totally see, I feel pretty strongly about, like, okay, whether or not we should have this guy part of this going forward. They could do anything with Kennard, and I would understand it. If they kept him, I would totally understand it. It's like, bro, every team that gets eliminated says we need more shooting.
Yeah.
You think about the way the playoffs played out, and it's like Dallas guarantee you wishes they had more shooting. You know what I'm saying? If they're throwing that ball out, now again, he can't defend like him, but it's if they could if Luka could drive and kick it out to Luke Kennard instead of Derrick Jones Jr., it's a different world.
Yeah.
Now he may get scored on every time on the other end. That's totally possible. But I'm just saying everybody needs shooting, and this guy is not a good shooter. He is the best.
The best. He was number two in the NBA last
He's
year.
like career 44% or
he's
some
an elite
crazy
shooter.
crap.
It was him and
It's
Grayson.
what he does.
It's him and Grayson Allen last year as number one and number two.
Right.
And shooting
So, I mean, if you need somebody that can shoot the ball, but, you know what I mean? Like picking up his team option and then moving off of him and getting something that you think is going to play more minutes for you. The other thing with Luke, and I'm a Luke fan, he didn't stay healthy either. And he has not been the beacon of health in his NBA career.
No, he hasn't.
It's like they always say, the best ability is availability. He hasn't been available either. Go look at his game logs.
Yeah, 39.
How many times he played over 70?
Twice.
In his career?
Rookie year in 17-18, then 21-22. He played 70 again.
How many has he hit the 65, which is for awards?
Twice. Well, nope. The only two times. He's played 63 twice.
I mean, that's a lot of the season, bro. That's a fourth of the season.
Yeah, he's played 63 games twice. He's played 70 and 73, then 28 in 2019, 35, 24 for us, then 39 last year for us.
And
what do his injuries be, though?
And we also didn't have him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
against the Lakers.
lost him to the shoulder thing in the playoffs 2 years ago. And we needed him badly against the Lakers to have any chance.
Spacing was nasty.
Nasty.
Seriously.
So, again,
Luke Kennard.
if he's not going to be your, like, starting small forward. And I don't know with the Vince revelation. I just don't know if – I don't think you're having it would be surprising to have Smart and Kennard because that's a combined – I mean, you're talking $30-something million of your cap being used for, you know, assuming you're going to probably start Smart at 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just put him on the best –
I hope you told Vince in the summertime that, bro, you need to be taking at least 500 shots a day because you can be that two-way. Because he shot 39% last year from 3, and like you told him in the summertime, bro, what we're gonna need you to do is be our two-way, be able to hit shots, shoot 100,000 shots a day, because you can defend like crazy already. Just be able to, when Ja drives, bow, knock it down.
You know where Kennard would be amazing? Orlando.
Yeah.
Just like Clay. We talked about that with Clay.
Because they're huge.
Yeah.
And they've got all kinds of defenders. They just need an outlet. Bro, they got so much better when friggin' Gary Harris started hitting shots.
Joe Ingles was out there. They put Joe Ingles out there.
Right.
Well, they had Gary Harris and Joe
I know.
Ingles on the court together in a playoff
And
game.
it's like, but they could cover up for him.
Yeah.
On defense, because they got size
They have size
everywhere.
everywhere,
And just him be the outlet guy. He would be great there.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, because he can dribble a little
I
bit
wish
too.
Wendell Carter got paid more.
Yeah.
to balance it out a little bit. So
well, no, his contract is
OD.
Wendell Carter's contract is crazy.
It's like $12 million a year,
dude. I mean, that's why you can't get him.
Just say a 4-year, $50 million.
That's crazy.
He get 13, so it's going down. So he got paid 13 this year. He'll get paid 11 next year, and then 10 million is his last year in the contract.
It's outrageous.
Yeah, that's crazy for.
But I mean, that would be the guy that I would take a swing at that.
Yeah.
But you're just not prying him away for that dollar figure. You're not prying him away. No. It's just like they're not prying him away for that dollar figure.
Do you think you can?
Oh, he'd be perfect.
Oh yeah.
You know, when him and Jaron were in the same class, they're buddies.
So today's the anniversary of Jaron getting drafted, by the way.
It is.
Yesterday was Ja's day. Today's Jaron's day.
Oh.
So back-to-back days for our boys.
How about that?
Yes. The rest of this says that basically the Hawks are siding between Klingon and the Rishashar kid for number 1 overall. The Wizards seem pretty set on Sarr at number 2. The Rockets are open to trading the 3rd pick, but they would just like to trade back and then get more draft capital because the player they have, which would speak to the no interest in trading Smart, said they have not gotten offered a player for that pick that they would deem worthy of it. I think the Hornets would like to move up to 3. The Hornets value Reed Shepherd.
Wow, that
doesn't
doesn't seem like the most natural fit with LaMelo.
But the Rockets also, if the Rockets stay at 3, they're going to take Shepherd.
They're going to take Shepherd?
Yeah.
The interesting thing to me is the Rockets are functioning like we would have functioned if we had the 3rd pick, which is using it as they wanted a high pick not to take a player, but to use it as the asset that was.
Yes.
Now, the great fear in that is that you didn't get that pick, but to me, it's like I don't want them using that and like going and being able to fish out Mikal Bridges.
Yes.
That's what you wanted it for. You wanted the top 5 pick because it's the best asset you have.
Yeah.
Right? That's why we were always waiting, and that's why I think there's probably going to be a lot of action for the Grizzlies. They are never making any of those deals because they needed to know what they had.
Yeah.
And what they had was in terms of the assets that we have with this franchise, a top 5 pick would have gone straight to the top. It would have been your best asset because that is theoretically a outstanding player for 4 years on a great contract.
Right. Yep.
And it's like, that's the best asset. 9 ain't.
It's
9 is
man. I think even with the Rockets, though, like they're trying to use it like that, but they haven't gotten a play.
That's right.
You know they have tried to call the Nets about spinning the block on the Bridges stuff.
That's the way you bolster your team.
But it's because the 3rd pick in this draft is not viewed as the 3rd pick in most drafts. It's like that 3rd pick.
Maybe it's not.
Maybe
in the right environment.
It doesn't seem right now. It does not seem to
better.
have the value as most number 3 picks.
If you're doing a rebuild,
yeah.
Right? Everybody still wants. But, I mean, again, it's always a crapshoot, bro. You look last year, and it's like, if you redo it right now, I mean, so many of them are depreciating assets. Very rarely do you have the Wembanyama's of the world that are appreciate, like, okay, I take him, and now he's really a $100 billion player.
Yeah. Right.
Where is Scoot's value?
It's in the crapper right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where are the Thompson twins? I mean,
Anthony Black, bro, Jarius Walker, Taylor Hendricks,
and that was a good draft.
Yeah.
You couldn't get the 3rd pick for Scoot.
Yeah. No. Dude, I'm looking at this draft, bro. It's a lot of. I mean, like you said, you can't really tell after 1 year, but like I really didn't hear a lot of these names.
No.
Last year at all.
It was not a good rookie class in terms of productivity behind Wemby. Look, behind Wemby and Chet, the one we were talking about the most was Jaime Jaquez.
Well, Brandon Miller had a decent year on the back end.
Miller.
After All-Star break, he turned up a little bit.
Yeah, when everybody stops caring about games.
Damn. That's crazy. Don't do Brandon Miller like that, bro.
I mean, that's the same way with us, but it does bolster your stock. That's why the GG Jackson thing. Is GG going to be able to do it when he's playing spot minutes, part of a role? on a team. I mean, that was the most excited I got about GG Jackson were not the 30 and 40-point games. It was the ones where he played within the team concept and was still able to be outstanding. Gave me 12 points and 8 rebounds in 20 minutes.
Yep.
That's the trick. Yeah. It's a lot easier if you're playing 35 minutes every night and losing.
And you dropping,
Just is.
You dropping the 30 ball.
Yeah, so what?
Yeah. I like the way he on that podcast, he said he sees himself as a Michael Porter Jr. type. I like that comparison. He was doing this when he did the.
He doesn't have a brother, does he?
Nah, he doesn't. Thank God. And he also doesn't have a podcast either. Thank God. He ain't got a podcast either, so we're good on that.
Right.
We 2 for 2 on that.
Okay,
one.
good.
He said he sees himself as more of like a Michael Porter Jr., just a guy who you just fit in. So I like when he said that outwardly. I was like, okay, it's starting to seep in a little bit. He's starting to understand where he fits in the pecking order.
We are active in every draft.
Yeah,
we are. It's a night.
It's usually a long night for us on the social side. It's
We
usually
always
a long night.
trade. If it's trading up or last year's case, we just traded out of it.
No,
we do something.
Climb is about that action, boss.
He's
Really-
about that action.
You like the movement.
He is.
How would you feel
But they have
about,
not done good on the draft. Look, I don't want to take anything away. Vince Williams and GG Jackson were hits.
Yes.
Massive hits.
Yes.
And better hits than even if you would have hit your first rounders. I'm not if I'm being honest, because you were able to look at the contracts those guys are on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's freakish. Yeah. If they are what we think they are in terms of rotation guys, the value. Their contract is
because Vince is like a what, $8 million type, $7 million-ish.
No.
Am I?
No, they didn't even get that much.
No, that's like the total of the contract.
That's like
the
he got
total
a 4-year, $9 million. Vince is damn.
They're below contract gets $6 million, and that was nothing.
He gets $2 million a year next. He's been paid $2 million a year next year.
Right.
That's value, bro.
Great.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Those are infinitely more valuable.
Yeah. That is wow. I didn't know his deal was that low.
But we're paying
I
Kennedy.
guess that 9 number was in my head.
We're paying Kennedy Chandler $2 million next year.
I saw his dad.
We pay Kennedy Chandler more than GG Jackson next year.
I saw his dad the other day at a basketball thing. I said, "What's up to him?"
Kennedy's dad?
Yeah.
I hope it works out for Kennedy.
Yeah, me too, bro. He played for the Long Island Nets this year, so
it's just so hard, bro.
Yeah.
It's so hard. You can count on your hand the number of under 6 footers. Yeah. And I know he's listed at 6 whatever, but
yeah, right. No,
he's little, bro.
5'11". That boy, they say 5'11" on here. He is not 5'11".
You can count and think about it. You can count on your hand.
You better be
it
a
is
dog.
hard.
You better be a dog, and he doesn't play like a dog.
Me and him eye to eye, bro. I'm not 5'11".
It's just hard. I mean, the size in the NBA, it's like being under 6 foot is
tough.
Damn near impossible.
Yeah.
You can really count on your hand.
Yeah.
Same thing that befell Chioza.
Yes, I was going to bring him up.
Really good player.
Chioza was a little guy.
Same thing that goes for our guy that played for us, Gilliard. It's just hard, bro. Yeah. It is hard.
Yep.
Hard to make it.
In the league of size, yeah. It's
that's why them dudes like when freaking Wemby's out on the perimeter. I mean,
still one of the best pictures in Grizzlies history is Devin sending us the Gilliard standing next to Wemby.
I mean, he's like literally
he's like a child.
He's literally at his dong. Awful.
Dong height is crazy.
Dong height.
The dong height is wild.
He could have run between his legs.
Like a Harlem Globetrotter game. He said that, man.
He could a little dribble.
Yeah.
A little in and out dribble between the dude's legs.
He really could have.
Oh, that's wild, bro. How would I interest you in Isaiah Stewart? Yes or no?
Oh, I love crazy guys.
Yeah.
So Jake Fisher just tweeted that the Pistons are taking calls about Isaiah Stewart.
I'm cool with Isaiah Stewart.
They want a Kennard reunion, dude. I forgot to I meant to press him on it, but O'Connor mentioned that Jaden Ivey could get moved last night.
Oh.
Yeah, you should have pressed him on that for sure.
I know, I forgot to.
That's interesting. Langdon
I love that.
Trajan Langdon's going to put his stamp on that team.
Hey,
that means that all y'all got to go.
Hey, I would love to get Ivy.
So what? So Duren hasn't been mentioned as a possible one to move. It's just Ivy and Stewart.
It's Ivy and Stewart. Hey, I'll take either one. I'll take Stewart or Ivy.
I get
whichever
it.
one.
I mean, they got to
come
change
on over here, buddy.
They do. They got to change something.
Big burly dudes. Set screens for Ja. Just run like.
Oh no, Duren is the best fit because of the finishing lobs.
I would just say with Isaiah Stewart, I would feel much better about us playing the Lakers too.
I would
try something, LeBron.
He doesn't.
No, I love having multiple guys that can fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try us then.
Smart can fight.
Vince Williams is crazy.
Vince Williams is the crazy person.
Vince Williams is crazy. Isaiah Stewart crazy. Let's get some crazy.
Ja
guys.
will punch you.
Yeah.
He's willing.
Yeah.
He's a willing fighter.
Ja might hit you with a two-piece
And I
nugget.
think Bane's got short arms, but he'll body slam you.
Yeah, he'll definitely lift you up.
Ja definitely has the crazy tick to him.
Yes.
Jaron does not. That is
Catch
not
Derrick
Jaron.
Rose on a good day. He might get you two. He's
That
from
is not-
Chi-Town, Chirac.
That is not. That's not Jaron's vibe. Brandon's not that way either. Brandon's not.
Gigi's not that way.
D-Rose
no.
will catch you on a good day. Don't like I said, he's Chirac built.
Yeah.
Old head. Old man strip. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
D-Rose also was like he's a little more.
Yeah, he's zen.
J. Cole protect his cheese.
He's zen now.
Yeah,
My guy's shooting documentaries in the middle of the desert, bro.
You're like Chirac. He could dot. This dude's like sniffing candles.
Yeah, man.
Stop.
He got the sage going. He got the incense and shit going.
Yeah.
I am at peace.
Yeah.
I've come to terms with my life.
He wears like a white net for an outfit,
Yeah,
like a
bro.
robe
Respect on my
or
boy.
something.
I gotta get a D-Rose jersey this year, man. I
about
gotta
his
have
cheese.
one of those to put up in my closet.
Oh, for sure.
I gotta have one. This year wasn't the year to do it. It wasn't the year to do
Do it in the year, huh?
it. It wasn't the year. Well, I got some
It
news
wasn't the
for
year
you.
to get any jersey.
No, I didn't buy any jerseys this year.
Nobody did.
I usually get one to put in my closet, but I didn't. I was like, yeah, we good, bro. Hey, this year's a dud.
I look. I'm always. I don't want to make anybody mad.
Oh, no.
I didn't love the barcode. I didn't love the city jersey. I just didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't love
I'm
it.
gonna let you say that, not me.
I didn't. I don't care. I don't have to love everything.
I don't
just
either.
didn't love it.
I
didn't love it. I wouldn't want to buy it.
I said it without saying it.
That was my.
The black and gold on it looks great. It just
There's other ones. We went through them yesterday. There's ones I've loved.
Yeah.
I just thought that one was a little too simple for me.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It ain't here. I got some news before we get out of here, y'all.
Oh.
I know
news?
this is some
I
Caitlin
love
Clark news
news.
before we get out of here.
Oh,
by
I
the
saw
way.
this. I saw this.
Got some Caitlin Clark news, Verno. I know you love some
They
Caitlin
done-
Clark news.
What is she controversial without saying anything again?
No,
All-star
the
voting.
The All-Star votes
God,
are out.
she's burying everyone.
But the kicker is, it
Not
goes back
everyone.
into a conversation we had last week. So you know how the All-Star game set up in the W this year? It's All-Stars versus Team USA. So Caitlin's gonna get to play against Team USA in the
I like
All-Star
that.
game. So she's
Wait,
second.
is there non-Americans in the WNBA that are like awesome?
No, but there are awesome women who are not on Team USA.
Yeah.
So they're just doing it like that? They're just doing like the rejects versus
Yeah.
Team USA?
Rejects versus-
What? They're not even foreign. What? They don't get to wear. They don't get to wear. They don't get to wear.
Yeah, so these are the
This man
returns.
said it's not even foreign.
So yeah, so the ones that
What
have,
is going on?
so Deb, the ones that have asterisks, they're on Team USA.
Yeah, those
right?
are Team USA. Yeah.
Okay, so Asia Wilson, Brianna
what
Stewart,
are they
Sabrina
calling the
Ionescu,
other
Kelsey
team?
Plum, Nafisa Collier.
They're the All-Stars.
So Caitlin Clark,
Remember,
Aaliyah
Caitlin Clark's
Boston.
number 2.
You're gonna have to pronounce number 5.
Arkia Gunwale.
I mean, you can't pronounce rivalry.
But I can do that. I did that, though. Shout out to the culture, baby. Shout out
That
to
is
the culture,
incredible.
dog. Shout out to the culture.
I got 7. Angel Reese.
There you go,
Got
Rosa.
that one.
De'Erica Hambry.
De'Erica. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me tell you something. These
Cameron Brink just tore her ACL, so
Yeah,
she's off the
so
list.
she's not. That speaks to the rookies, though, because Cameron Brink, Angel Reese, and Caitlin Clark all being like top 11.
Yeah, somebody.
Like those are. It is like
They're
the
gonna have to
rookies
fix
are
this list a little
popular,
bit.
I'm
man.
also gonna look.
Oh no.
I don't want to. I know. I don't.
Go
wanna-
ahead. And do
Oh
it.
no,
Go ahead.
Dev! I know this one.
I don't want to make.
Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead and do it, please.
They're so obviously fudging these numbers.
Oh, you don't think people are voting?
Dude, there are not that many people voting.
That's a lot
for
of
the
that's a
WNBA
that's a lot of
All-Star
votes.
No. Also, Caitlin Clark's probably got $5 billion, but they don't want to make it like that. There's nobody that votes. Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark, I can imagine, right? But Caitlin Clark is infinitely more famous than even Asia is.
I would.
Yeah.
I
I
would.
think
it's like-
Aaliyah Boston's number is because Caitlin Clark's on her team, too.
Yeah,
Some of these numbers are inflated. Like
the only thing I would say is that I do think like the average who is just like a Caitlin Clark fan has no idea that WNBA All-Star voting is even a thing.
I don't know. I just can't imagine. I think that is. I think those numbers. And it would look bad for the league.
Fudged?
I think it would look bad for the league if she had 3 million votes and Asia Wilson had 100,000.
I think they're fudged. Conspiracy guy over here.
Yes.
I like Deb.
He got
I
his
know.
third eye open. He got his third eye open over here.
Just look at the numbers of in stadium and on TV.
What do you mean? The numbers are the same. They sell out every game too.
No. I'm talking like on the road. She's packing out 17,000 seat arenas, and on TV they have their highest rating ever. That is her presence, bro. It just is, because we were all taking. I was watching Iowa friggin' women's basketball. Get out of my face.
And now the coach. Then the coach retired after she left. Then the coach retired after she left.
Between that and the Iowa-Michigan football game, watch way too much Iowa this
why you
year.
watch so much Iowa,
The craziest
bro?
thing is we were talking about the draft about 2 weeks ago, and I told you the only reason I know as much as I do about Khalil Ware is because my TV was still on after an Iowa women's basketball game.
Right.
I didn't want to watch Indiana versus Michigan State. It was just on.
Yeah, so you know the girl. The girl.
Khalil Ware didn't bring me to the table. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know the girl that played with Caitlin at Iowa. She's number 11th in these votings, and she barely plays for the Aces. Kate Martin, I think.
Wait till you see how many votes the chick that's with Jaylen Brown today gets. I'll vote for her ass. I want to see her everywhere.
Just get her walk out, bro.
That chick is so hot.
That's the name I can't.
What is her name?
I can't. There's a Kissery.
Oh God,
I can't say her name. Her name is.
It is a. It's not. It's letters.
Yeah, it's letters.
It's like KYRSE. Like I don't even know how to. What am I?
So we got no we got barely any vowels.
Yeah,
her name
is
Kierce. It's like a hockey name. Kierce is tough to say. Like
is it
no
Kiersey? Kersey? Kierce?
I don't know. But you can go vote for her right now, Vernon.
Dev, I know.
I will.
I know.
She averages 0.5 points a game. I don't care.
I'll vote for her. Yeah.
She is awesome.
Yo, I did a backflip one day, bro. When I used to watch her in college, she played at West Virginia. I tweeted about her, and she liked my tweet, and I got so excited. Because she used to search her name. She liked my tweet. I was like, oh, shit.
If you were talking about an easy name to search, nobody else. There's only one reason you would do that sequence of letters.
Wait, here's the pronunciation. Here you go. Here's the
How
pronunciation.
long does it take you to spell her name
It's
right?
her
too? You're
name.
Like,
Here, that's how you say her name. Here you go.
Kaiser Gondrzik.
That is not how you say
Kaiser
it.
Gondrzik.
You don't say Kaiser.
Kaiser?
Her name's not Kaiser.
Gondrzik.
What do you mean? This is the.
That's Google trying to say
No,
it.
that's the.
Oh, it is Kaiser?
It's the WNBA website, yeah.
Oh, it is Kaiser.
Yeah,
Kai.
it's on the WNBA website.
Kai Gondrzik.
Because I know that people are going to this page to see her, so they put the little pronunciation right on the page.
She is so hot.
Yeah, she's one of the ones. And now Jaylen Brown's with her.
She doesn't even look like. I mean, she looks like a movie star.
Wait,
She's
Dev,
hooping.
so Angel Reese is
model.
teammates with the Cardoso girl from South Carolina?
Yeah.
Who's like 8 feet tall?
Yeah, she is.
Bro,
They're
that girl
teammates.
is a monster. Like, dude, shit.
They drafted them
Monster.
like back to back in the draft.
They had her and Cameron Brink on the same team. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you score?
Yeah, so they play on the same team. By the way, they want us to mention the College World Series. Tennessee's
Oh,
advanced.
yeah.
GBO.
Yeah, it's this weekend.
Is this weekend?
Or it didn't start last night, did it?
It starts tomorrow, I
No.
believe. Or maybe tonight. I don't know.
They're playing Texas A&M.
Yeah, they
For
are.
the championship?
Yes, they're the finals. They beat
shit.
Florida State.
Oh, okay.
I did see that.
So we might have a GBO championship by Monday,
They
Rosie?
play best 2 out of 3.
6:30 tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
6:30 Central tomorrow.
And then they'll play Sunday, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so it can wrap up Sunday. If not, it would be Monday night. Is that right?
And the Vols have already announced, manager Tony Vitello has announced lefty Chris Stamos is going to be on the hill. He is related to John Stamos, actually.
John Stamos, his brother.
Yeah, it's Friday, Saturday.
No.
So we might have a GBO championship. The first one since 1999?
98.
98.
Yeah. When did the women's basketball team last win?
Oh, yeah, they've won since then,
Yeah.
probably.
Pat Summitt in them. Women's basketball, Tennessee. You know we play them this year, right? In the Forum. They announced that.
Women's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're playing the Forum this year. championships. Let's see.
Penny screwed that up with the basketball.
Yeah. So their last championship in the women's
He pissed off Rick Barnes. Like, dude, literally, Rick Barnes. Everybody likes Rick Barnes.
That was annoying with the COVID stuff.
Yeah.
Final Four.
Different time.
The last championship was 2008 on the women's side.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they won back-to-back, actually. It's 07, 08.
Mm.
So shout out to them, man. Oh, yeah. They want me to mention this, too, since I butchered this yesterday. I'm sorry, chat. When y'all mentioned Sha'Carri Richardson, my bad. She has a chance to make the Olympic team this weekend.
Oh, let's go.
That was my bad, y'all. She runs tonight at 6:30. So if y'all want to watch the Olympic trial sprints, they're tonight. So appreciate that, chat.
She has a chance to make it.
Yeah. So shout out, chat, for looking out for me on that one. 6:30 tonight, Sha'Carri Richardson.
Okay, all right. And then you said that baseball game's tomorrow night at 6:30?
Yes, tomorrow night at 6:30.
Yeah. I'll have a report to y'all in our group chat. I'll be at Jaws Camp at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Well, now that's at the Memphis Event Center, right?
Yeah, it's through 3 hours, 9 to 12.
Oh, wow.
Tomorrow from 9 to 12. I talked to some people yesterday, and I was like, I'll be there. So they said they're expecting a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That venue is not only spectacular, it is huge.
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to, I mean, geez, what are there, 12 courts on the one side, and then there's a whole nother set of courts on the other side? It's great.
Yeah, the Nike folks said there's no facility like that across.
It's incredible.
There's there's not facilities like that in the world.
Yeah, for people that haven't been over there, try next to the Liberty Bowl. It's great.
There is
our boy Antonio runs that whole joint. He's done a very good job booking it out too.
Yeah.
If you want to get excited for the Olympics,
I don't.
There's a video of. You don't want to get excited for the
You
Olympics?
can't ask him a question, bro. Just say it.
There's a video going around of Katie Ledecky swimming a lap with a glass of chocolate milk on her head, and she does it perfect. Pretty amazing. Never quite seen anything like it in my life. I'm just saying, it's super impressive. You should watch it.
She's swimming with a glass of chocolate milk.
Like it doesn't move?
It's not CGI.
No,
It doesn't move?
Swims the entire lap. Look at this.
Wait, it doesn't move?
Yeah. This is freaking
She's not
crazy.
swimming full speed, bro.
No, she's not swimming full speed, bro, but that doesn't matter. You couldn't do that.
Look how still her head is.
I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a goat. She's a goat.
Like, how did she figure out she can do that?
I don't know. How do you know you can do?
Like,
and why chocolate milk?
Yeah. Why chocolate
That
milk?
must be branding, right?
Yeah.
What Nesquik?
But it doesn't have it's just in a regular glass. It's not in like a Nesquik bottle or Fairlife bottle.
When did you
or
figure
anything.
out that you could do that, Vernon?
I'm gonna try it this afternoon.
That's what.
Hey, you got a pool.
You got a pool to do. Send us a video. Please recreate this.
The kids will be like, "Who doo-doo?"
Yo,
You know, I just dropped 2 seconds after I put it on my head.
please recreate this video. Try to do it in the pool.
You did the Kyrie shot when you
That's right.
right.
Get in my pool, put some chocolate milk on my head.
Like Katie Ledecky, you ain't got nothing on this.
I don't want to contaminate my pool. It just be
Yeah, that's tough.
dump right in there.
That's tough.
All right, it's going to do it. Everybody have a wonderful and safe weekend. We will be back on Monday. Thanks to Devin Walker. Thanks to John Rosa across the glass. Thanks to Jalen back in the studio. Until Monday, we out.